Part of the challenge that prime ministers and leaders around our world face today is that they don't want to make the wrong decision and be known throughout history as a fool. And that really reflects the human posture that all of us have, in that we desire not to be seen as foolish. Perhaps that's you. But if you're a Christian and that's you, your ultimate desire is not to be seen as a fool, then the Apostle Paul's got some pretty bad news for you this morning. Because he wants to tell you that the message of Christianity will always be deemed foolish, and God's people themselves will always be deemed fools by the world around us. Look what he says in verses 18 to 25 of chapter 1 of 1 Corinthians. He says, "For the word of the cross is folly to those who are perishing, but to us who are being saved it is the power of God. For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise, and the discernment of the discerning I will thwart. Where is the one who is wise? Where is the scribe? Where is the debater of this age? Has not God made foolish the wisdom of the world? For since in the wisdom of God the world did not know God through wisdom, it pleased God through the folly of what we preach to save those who believe. For Jews demand signs and Greeks seek wisdom, but we preach Christ crucified, a stumbling block to Jews and folly to Gentiles. But to those who are called, both Jews and Greeks, Christ the power of God and the wisdom of God. For the foolishness of God is wiser than men, and the weakness of God is stronger than men." Paul says that those who follow Christ will be deemed as fools with a foolish message. And he references in verse 19 a time from Isaiah chapter 29:14, where the people of Israel form an alliance with Egypt in order to strengthen their position against the invading Assyrian army. But that plan was done off human advice and was ultimately proved foolish, when they should really have sought God's advice and God's wisdom. And so the bad news for you this morning, Christian, is that you will always be deemed a fool. But the good news is this. Well, two pieces of good news really. Firstly, notice in verse 21, it's through the folly of the gospel that people will be rescued from sin. This foolish message isn't so foolish after all, because it has the power to rescue people from darkness to light. But secondly, second piece of good news, verse 25, the foolishness of God is wiser than even the wisest of man. Who wants to be a fool? I do. And so here's today's challenge. Are you ready to count the cost to be considered a fool for your faith in the Lord Jesus Christ? Or secondly, does your Christianity and the Christianity that you live and the Christianity that you preach have you counted as a fool? Are you deemed foolish by those around you? If not, why not? Authentic Christianity, according to Paul, will always look foolish to those in the world around us. Hope you have a great day.